miss your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Me love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications as we talk about this. Anytime I drop videos, you get my message. Today, we're talking about Nigerian gasoline imports plunge as Dangote Refinery hits trade. Remember back in July? Okay, let me just warn you. I'll be talking more about money as well. I'll be talking more about money, some little bit of politics as long as it has to do with power. And as long as we can learn life and relationship lessons from them. Anyway, so we're talking about Dangote Refinery, the promises it's made, and how it looks like things are coming to fruition here. So I'm looking at the report on Punch. I think it was originally on Bloomberg, but Bloomberg is asking us to pay money to see. But anyway, I'm looking similar reports here on Punch Nigeria. Let's just use our own, right? Punch Nigeria says domestic shortfall. NNPC marketers import 633 million liters of fuel. What does that mean exactly? Okay, so Nigeria is a big producer of petroleum, big source of petroleum. Nigeria has always, for a long time, they've imported even gasoline. Even though they're producing petroleum, they're also importing gasoline, which really doesn't, it shouldn't make sense, right? If you're producing so much petroleum, why can't you refine your own petroleum and have your own surplus, more than enough gasoline? And hopefully you can also export out to the rest of the world. Major reason, in my opinion, a major reason why Nigeria is suffering, okay, when it comes to the economy is because Nigeria, I won't say doesn't produce anything, but definitely if they produce anything, they're not exporting anything. They have nothing to offer the rest of the world. They have nothing to sell to the rest of the world, but yet they're importing everything. So if you're all, even at a regular personal level, if all you do is you're just consuming, if all you do is come to this internet, consume, right? Hopefully you're producing other areas of life. But you have to be producing something. You have to also be bringing value to the marketplace. Yes, there is a marketplace. There is Nigeria, but there's also hundreds of countries out there that can also that you're competing with, either you like it or not. All right, so, and that's what we're dealing with. So imagine Nigeria has been importing gasoline all this while. So let's look at this report real quick on Punch Nigeria. It says the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPC, and other marketers in the downstream oil sector imported more than 633 million liters of premium motor spirit, petrol, and automotive gasoline, diesel in January 2025, despite the production of these commodities domestically. All right. So the latest industry data on the importation of PMS and AGO by these firms indicated that they brought in over 458 million liters of petrol, 174 million liters during the less than 1 month duration, although some dealers said the move was to bridge domestic fuel shortages. Others argue that the 20 billion Lekki-based Dangote Petroleum Refinery could meet the country's refined petroleum product demands. The move indicates a continued reliance on imports, even as the country aims to boost domestic refining capacity and reduce dependency on imported fuel, a factor that has contributed to the devaluation of Naira, devaluation of the whole economy, right? They're saying this on today, January 25, okay? So this is actually conflicting what Bloomberg is showing, but maybe I'm missing something. Maybe you guys can help me because I'm also learning too. Maybe there's a disconnect here because Bloomberg and the rest of the world, they're reporting something else. Let me look at what MoneyWeb says here, right? All right, so they're saying Nigeria's gasoline imports plunge as Dangote Refinery hits trade. Shipments into West African nations stood at about 110 barrels a day during January 1 to 24. Okay, Nigeria's imports of gasoline are on course for an 8-year low. That's good news to me, especially if you know that importing goods, right, consumable goods, is only going to affect Naira in a negative way, right? Anyway, as the country's new mega refinery pushes out foreign suppliers, boosting the nation's fuel independence. Boosting the nation's fuel independence. Shipments into, so I don't know why Punch is reporting that. I'm not sure why they're reporting that, but maybe there's a, because they were talking about petroleum itself. Let me see here. Anyway, let's not worry about that. The good news is really what I wanted to share, because I know there's probably more than enough bad news out there, right? The shipments into West African nation stood at about 110 barrels a day. Okay. Now, a large part of the slowdown in Nigeria's gasoline imports is due to the ramp up of the Dangote refinery. Vortexa analyst Samantha said Northwest Europe will have to find alternative homes for its gasoline supplies. So they've been sending gasolines to Nigeria to consume. No wonder. No wonder the country is going broke. Crazy, right? Anyway, let's see here. Dangote is bigger than any other refinery in Europe and Africa, and has been touted as a way for Nigeria, long reliant on imports of gasoline, to become less dependent on foreign supplies. Stockpiles of gasoline held in independent storage in Amsterdam, a key exporting hub for barrels to Nigeria, have meanwhile hit a record high. You know, and Yoruba people say, you know, so maybe this is ultimately good news, but I'm looking at international news. That's really what I can find trustworthy. But as usual, I have questions for you. I have questions, maybe two questions. First of all, with a major refinery, $20 billion refinery like Dangote now in operation, why do you think Nigeria still relies on fuel imports, according to Punch Nigeria? Why? I think because it's a little bit more complicated. I was almost attempting to oversimplify by just making this a good news, right? But if Punch Nigeria local news is reporting something else and Bloomberg is reporting something else, right? Why do you think Nigeria still relies, according to Punch, on imports, and what impact could this have on the economy? Okay, now why, especially if the rest of the world is actually still counting on hopefully Nigeria will wake up one day. Okay, now the second question, according to international news, okay, I don't know if you followed it, let me know. I want to hear your thoughts. Okay, with Nigeria's gasoline imports, right, dropping due to the Dangote refinery, according to the Bloombergs of the world, right, what steps should be taken right now to ensure long-term fuel independence? Because that's the goal, right? Not just fuel, even champagne. Nigeria imports champagne, and then they say they're poisoning themselves and people are dying of kidney disease every day. All kind of crazy stuff. Anyway, what can Nigeria do right now to ensure long-term independence overall? Because that's what it's going to take. Independence, and then sell to the rest of the world, because you're also competing. You have to offer the world something, okay? I just want to know your thoughts around this. Whatever you picked up, just let me know what your thoughts are. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notification. Listen, as a Nigerian abroad, the reality is that you would like to have an option to go back to Nigeria, just as an option. Okay, I know you want to raise your kids in better environment. Nobody's going back to that nation. Some of you are like, my country is my country. Some of you are like, that's your country. I'm here. This is my country. Whichever place you fall in, if you don't know that Nigeria is your country, they will tell you anyway. They'll tell you. So now, with that being said, okay, what are your thoughts about this? Petroleum is a big deal. Okay, even America here, right? It's a big deal. So if we're exporting it out only to buy it back, that's crazy, right? What can Nigeria do today? What can the regular person, not Tinubu, not Baba T-Pain, let the poor man breathe once and for all? As regular citizens, I know regular citizens just trying to eat, they're just trying to survive, right? What can they do, right, to help in that direction so that Nigeria can become independent, more and more independent? In the meanwhile, yes, we should definitely let the poor breathe.
Let the poor breathe.
Is Buhari's face in that place. But what can we do at this point? But let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Because some of you, I have some friends that are very smart about this petroleum stuff. I'm sure some of you are watching. So let me know in the comment section. I will be right back.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing me.